everybody, welcome back to another Girl Tech Fan Game tutorial. In today's Girl Tech Fan Game tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to add a working networked horror AI that's really well compared to my really old horror tutorial that for some reason blew up and it's not even that good of a tutorial. But this one is so much better. The only downside to it is when you die to your horror AI, that you get kicked from the game and it doesn't have a respawn system. But if you would like me to make a future tutorial for a more advanced respawn system, let me know. So basically, I've got my enemy here, and I will show a clip now of how it works.
Join the Discord link in the description, go to horror stuff and download the scripts.
Also, you need photon for this tutorial. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to right click over here and hit create empty. You can name this anything, but I'm going to name it enemy. Make sure to not include it in any of your maps like spawn or level or whatever, because it needs to always be active for it to be networked. Inside of the enemy object, put your enemy model and make sure it has no collision. Mine's just going to be a cube for this video, for example. Now what you need to do is actually go to your enemy empty game object and hit add component. Any collider should work for this, but I'm just going to do a box collider. Now actually add two box colliders. Hit edit collider up here, and for one of your box colliders, not the other one, drag all these corners out. So then one of them is bigger than the other. You need to make sure it's the right one that you're dragging out. And so this is what it should look like. You should have one box on the inside and one box on the outside. You need to try and find what one of these is the box that's on the outside. So just move one of your corners, and as you'll see on the right side that those numbers are moving, that is the right one. You need to make sure that one's on is trigger. Now that is all of the collider stuff out the way. Next thing you need to do is add a photon view, a photon transform view, and a photon rigid body view. On the photon rigid body view, make sure these two are turned on. On the photon transform view, you can keep this the same. On the photon view, you need to make sure this is on reliable delta compressed. Now what you need to do is add the horror AI script, and then add a nav mesh agent. Now on the horror AI script, the nav mesh agent needs to go into this little category that says mob, just drop it in there. Okay, this is what you need to do for target tag. What you need to do is you need to go into resources, and then player, and then inside your player, just right click it and hit create empty. Just call it chaser and make the tag anything you want, but just make sure you remember how it's exactly spelt. Click on my enemy object, and where it says target tag, I'm going to set that to chase. So basically, when it's in radius, it's going to follow any object that has that tag. For instant Y, you don't have to do anything to this. For roar, you don't have to do anything for this chase range. Click this little icon up here if it's not blue already. This is your chase range, so you can make this bigger by just dragging up in here. So you just click here and drag. This will be the size, so when you walk into this big red circle, it can see you, so this is probably a decent size. So I'm going to make mine about 15. For the wander range, just put that at like 60, or how big your map is. For a really fun enemy speed that like always can like chase you but not perfectly get you is like 7. And then add the quit on collision script. Inside here, you don't have to change anything. You don't have to do this bit, so you can skip to whatever time is shown on the video. But if you want to add it so when you're in a certain range, it plays like a screaming or like a scary noise that is chasing you to indicate something, you need to hit add component, search up audio source, open up the audio source. Make sure it's on play on awake and loop. Drag in your sound up here. Set the volume. I'm going to put it on max so it's the most scary. Where it says volume roll off, set it to linear roll off. Min distance, set that to 1. And max distance, you need to go back into your horror AI script and see where it says chase range. Copy that and put it in here. Then this little tab where it says spatial blend, put it from 2D to 3D. And now we have to make it so it actually can work on your floors. So you need to go to Window, AI, Navigation. And if I click this little button up here, you can see that all of my floor is blue. Now basically this just means that this is the areas it can walk. I'd also like to mention how this AI is super smart, so if I were to be standing behind this object, it would not be trying to just go through here and trying to get to me. It would actually go around the object to get to me. Also, just gonna stop right way through the video here. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 3K by the end of the year. It's too big of a goal, I think, to hit, because it took me like 4 months to get 1K, but I think y'all can do it. Okay, so basically how you need to do this is click on your object, like your floor. So what you need to do is go to navigation, go to object, make sure navigation static is on, generate off mesh links is on, and set it to walkable.
Quick friendly reminder, if your map isn't turning blue, you need to turn the agent radius really high.
You need to make sure every other object that you don't want to be walkable is not on walkable. So like, as you can see, this is not walkable, so if my monster were to try and go over to here, it cannot, because that's not walkable. As you can see, if I just turn this on, it cannot go past this area. That is how you add a networked AI horror monster to your game that will be in the same spot for everyone, play a sound when you approach it, it has a chase range, it has certain areas it can walk or not walk, and it will kick kick you on collision. I know this was a big tutorial. Have an amazing day. Bye.